Hey there, and welcome to Factorio Space Age. My name is Brune, and in the last episode, we had finished a huge portion of the wall. Oh, there it is. I finally took out a power pole. I knew that was going to happen eventually. Huh. Okay. Yeah, we had finished putting up a huge portion of the wall, and so now we're back to restock. I'm going to put a ton of the walls in there for now. Grab just half of those. I don't think I need to grab all of them. I'm not going through them too quickly. And ooh, batteries are kind of going slow. I wonder why that could be. It look like sulfuric acid is. I wonder if that's just the speed we make the batteries at. But when this also reaches max capacity, that will help with the batteries. Actually, and let's do this for now. I really need more lasers than I do the other stuff. A good amount of lasers. More lasers? Heck yes. Okay. I was thinking that it might be a good idea to start the solar panel situation. I think the solar panel situation is going to kind of begin around here. Solar panel situation. That's what I'm going to call it too. The solar panel situation. I want to keep my eyes peeled up here so I can hopefully catch when they try expanding out into this area, because that's all that will really come, unless a pollution cloud reaches out there. Just an expansion group is what would trigger that. But I want to make sure I still have this iron. Actually, do I need access? I do need access to the uranium ore, that's for sure. But yeah, so I think we'll start here, just so that in case I want to grab this copper, I can. Yeah, I think that will be a good spot to start that. I was thinking I want to get that started now because we have all of the correct things to set up a solar farm, a solar bot farm. Okay, let's see here. We will need quester chests. I should have tons of. Yep. I also will need one of these. And one of these. Okay. I will need a combinator. Grab a stack of those. It's about time. I love me some combinators. Man, I love me some combinators. And we do need one constant combinator, so we should be good to go. Let's get... Let's get a few of these things so I can start making a pattern. Go for 40 of them. Oh, we'll do the 42. We'll do the good ratio. 42 to 50. Where's the solar panels? Okay. Here, and actually, I have an idea here. I want to allow this to continue going. Okay, if anything, this is where if there's no inputs, meaning there was nothing in that chest, we don't want it to just start firing off. And so we're going to go anything is greater than 100. 200? Yeah, let's do 200. So now those can stay right here, and if all of a sudden we end up with 200 laser turrets in there, boom, these can start making accumulators again. Okay. Solar bot farm. Here we go. So now, the trick to a solar bot farm. Hold on. I'm going to bend this a little like this. I don't know if that's center or not. Yep, there's a center. So let's actually do like so. And then we can grab all of this. Actually, we don't need to go over that far. So here is the key to doing a solar bot farm. We need 2 different networks. So this network is going to be right about here. And it needs to be exactly 1 space away. That looks like a good spot to start this. Nope. Still need power to get into there. Okie doke. And this will, what we're going to do is we need to request in everything so that this network right here can just constantly build solar panels, solar panels, solar panels, solar panels. So we can just drop down a blueprint and it can just go to town. Because it'll be its own network, it'll be really efficient, and we can just use just a few robots to save on the power that this is going to consume to construct it. We don't need, like our thousands of, or how many do we have? We probably have 1,000 or something at this point. No, only 500, but still. We don't need to have 500 going. Maybe 200 or 300 or something maximum. And yeah, over time we can just keep plopping down blueprints, and this will give us just free energy. So first thing we need to do is put a requester chest down on this side. Put it right here next to the power pole. And this is going to feed into an active or a passive provider chest. And then we need to have a storage chest in this network where they can bring absolutely anything. I want to actually remove this right there. I have an idea for that. So then here we put this active provider chest. So passive provider, difference between these two is that this one makes it available to the network for them to grab. This one, they have to come and grab it. If there's anything in here, they will come and grab it and then put it somewhere else. And so this side is where we will take trash out. So when you place on a blueprint, if all of a sudden they pick up stone or wood or coal, it'll be brought over here, dropped in here, and then they can put into this network and can be recycled in as resources. So we use a tiny little bit of logic here to determine what we need, and so we're going to use actually, that's funny, I brought all the wrong combinators because I need an arithmetic combinator to do this. I wonder if there's an improved and new way with these cool selector combinators, but I'm just going to stick with what I know until I get to the other planets and things like that. I think I want to do a little bit more circuit exploring once I have things a little bit more established and I'm not scrambling to just even see the first new Space Age content. But so we will set every single item we want on here and how many. And so I'm going to say we want 500 solar panels or 120 accumulators. And we will need... Oh, actually I need to put substations in. I'm definitely going to want to do this with substations. Say 50, do a stack of those. We need roboports. We'll do 10, so we have a stack of those. We need radars. Just 10 of those, we don't need a lot of them. And I know we will eventually need cliff explosives, but we don't have that on here yet. Okay. So now what we do with the arithmetic combinator is we are going to set this to use filters in the arithmetic combinator. That's going to take each signal. This one is going to be flipping some values to negative, and so we're going to multiply by -1 to make our positive values negative. So, and that is actually going to be, here, I'm gonna, oops. Dang it, I accidentally hit Control-Z instead of Control-X, so I might have to Ooh, no, they do have Control-Y. Redo, heck yeah. So, Control-X. Want this shape. Because it's going to be reading from this chest, telling us if it's in the network, or if we have some in the network. And that's going to be then setting the filter of this here. So the reason we make them negative is because then the signal is going to combine with what we have here and what we want, and it's going to be, so anything that's in here will be subtracted from this. So if we had 500 in here, it would subtract the 500 from this, and there wouldn't be a signal, so it wouldn't be trying to put in any more solar panels and completely clog this thing up with solar panels, say. So now this thing will set filters. And so you can see here, if I say connect this to this pole so we can read it, we're at 500 right now, but if I put a solar panel in here, now it says it needs 499 because there's already one in here. So it's multiplying this by -1, adding it to this signal, just combining them on the same wire, and that's why we get the 499. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to use a red wire to connect this chest to here too, because then this one will always request this like full amount so that we can have 500 solar panels here with 500 in here. So if they start building, they'll also be able to throw in a ton more. So we're going to do, I'm guessing it's Alt-R. Yep, and then we can have this one to set requests. So radars and substations we need to add in, but this should be everything right here. If you ever need to adjust how many you want, or if you want to add in new things, like when I want to add in cliff explosives, I can put it right here. They'll get requested and it will not overflow and fill this with too many items. We have our trash set up. And actually I'm going to move this down to 1, 2. So what I wanted to do was also have this here. And this is going to set its filters. Actually, no, that's actually backwards. I don't need to do that because, say if like I accidentally delete some solar panels or roboports and it brings them back here, it'll shove them back into this network. And so I'm just going to set this to use filters and whitelist just the things that would actually be trash. Wood, coal, and stone. Those are the only things that would actually ever pick up. So we'll only ever try to take those out. So if solar panels or anything like that did come, they would end up right in here. Okay. So I wonder if I have a previous solar panel blueprint. Often I like to design one. And I suppose I could try and do that this time. Let's yeah, that's actually way more fun to do that. So I am going to head back, add in the substations and the radars to the logistics network. Radars are already in here somewhere. There they are. Print 50. I like a ton of them on me right now. Yeah, I do. Okay, substations. Steel, copper wire, and red circuits. So I have steel, copper wire, and red circuits coming down this way, so I just need to find a spot to place them in. Do it right here. Oh, that's the wrong spot. Substations. Small bot chest. I think 50 should be fine. As long as it has power. So I actually want to... Actually, I can just grab them from over there. They're going to be brought over there anyways. Because now I should have everything to kind of start making a little blueprint. So, and I guess I totally spaced and didn't even explain why I'm doing this right now. I'm doing it right now so that as I go and set up the rest of these walls, I can have the robots adding in more and more power. Just letting more automation kind of continue. Since especially I'm not like researching science to just kind of keep the pollution down and prevent as many attacks and things as I can from coming towards me. All right. So yeah, you can see now too that basically everything has already been brought over here and put in here. So I grab those substations that are in there. We're just going to come down here and start to make a thing. So I think I have exactly the amount I need. 50 and 42. Yep. Okay. What I'm going to do first is start by placing out a grid of this stuff. A grid of these substations here. And a few more. Clearly. Okay, perfect. I'll just start right here to... wanted to have it a grid of 4x4. Now where I wanted to start with this. Am I going to run into this cliff? I totally am going to run into this cliff. Okay. Sorry, it doesn't need to be a complete grid, at least for now. Actually, if I take those, put them right here. There we go. Easy peasy. Okay. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to have this directly in the center. It's going to be a good way to measure that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it needs to be in line with that. Perfect. That's where it needs to be. So when we need a roboport in the center of this, because we need the two grids to be able to touch each other, or like we need roboports to be able to constantly continue building outwards. So let's see here. Plan is to try to just make some sort of pattern that uses up all 50 of these. So let's start with never like how let's have these down here so I can quickly access them. I never can really come up with a super efficient design, but I always come up with a design that seems fun. And actually, I should do it. I'm gonna do this really quick. I want to try this. Trying to fill out this center space. I don't know if this is exactly going to work. Let's see here. Okay, 34 and 14 left. How many can fit across here? 8. Well, let's just see how this kind of fits through here like this. Up with 4 more, or 4 left. This is 12, I think, each. feel like I'm making this a little more complicated than it needs to be. Okay, let me think about this again. Okay, since I have 42, it won't make a perfect rotating shape necessarily, because it doesn't divide into 4 evenly. The 50 doesn't divide into 4 evenly either. So you kind of end up a little off. So I kind of want to try because it's basically, yeah, it's like 21 to 25, almost like 4 to 5. So if I think of a way to connect 4 with 5 solar panels, a good way would be like something like this. That's 5 solar panels. Now how do I nicely kind of fit 4 accumulators into this? You can kind of windmill it a little bit here. What if we switched these two? It's kind of like a cool little S pattern. Let's go like this, because then I can 4 to 5. I think if we get this over one, then that ends in empty space there. It'll work. So the other thing is like then grabbing this and seeing how it lines up next to itself. Or how they can possibly fit together. Because then if I can make a square pattern out of this, that might work. I'll put this pattern that pattern piece right there. Let's just kind of see what we can do with this pattern here. It doesn't line up very nicely like that. So with this pattern, if I add in 5 more solar panels somehow, I don't think you can evenly now without trying to force one into the center of this design. Go like 1, 2, 4. 1, 2. Like 3, 4, and then where would you put the 5th one? And this first design isn't very repeatable. Moment. If there's something that can be done with it this way. Oops. It kind of seems like it's working. In a weird kind of way here. I'm gonna just roll. I'm gonna roll with this for a second. I'm ending up with a little weird kind of pattern there. It kind of fits together like that. How would this one be? How to line up that direction? Oh, I trapped myself in here. Yeah, this is kind of tough. I think I want to, let me look at my previous designs. I know I have one here. Oh, yeah, this is one I think I definitely just printed off the internet. It's a good ratio. It's a pretty nice design, I like that. Yeah, what if we let's try utilizing their method a little bit here. I think like in a sense where it looks like they kind of just like laid out everything into one kind of grid and then worked around that. So let's see here, if we did 48 would be the best way to divide it, and then you'd end up with 2 of them. Here, let's do 3, 4. Yeah, we can just do a square of 25. And then how does 21 of these kind of fit around this? So it's basically 4 groups of 5 and then 1 extra. If you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the question becomes like, how can you maneuver this to be a better kind of square here that is very repeatable and overlaps with itself? Because you could put maybe 2 here, and then no, it doesn't fit evenly in the middle there. If we do something like this, we need to put 5 more in somewhere. That makes me wonder if you can create some space or something for it by moving these out a little bit. So like, what if you... Oh yeah, because you can't quite fit 4 of them in there. That's right. Basically needed to be like 2 wide. So I wonder if you did a spiral pattern thing with it here, how well that would work. Yeah, and it's because this ratio actually, it can't like lap it or interweave with itself in a sense. So that makes me wonder too if it's better to say go this. I think this is right down the center. I think. Totally going over my time, but I am having fun with this. Being a little artistic in Factorio can be kind of fun. So it also makes me wonder if I put the two like that. Well, no, so the reason I was spiraling like this is so that there's space for them to kind of interlink. Like that. I mean, yeah, it can even be like that. It like makes me wonder if you moved this out one. Brought those in. Or does it work like that? I suppose then I'd have to bring these. Bring that in. Oh, are we onto something? How does this line up with itself? Like that? I don't know if this lined up as well as I wanted it to. Here, well, let's just make sure that that's in my copy paste thing. There we go. So, well, kind of like I think I wanted to be able to fit better like that. But then there wouldn't be space, I don't think. Would there? No, because then, yeah, they would squish into each other. So it kind of has to be like that. Okay, so what do we kind of do with this here? Doesn't look like it fits very nicely up against this. Yeah, I think I might. This is a toughie. Like it just barely won't. Oh, and that's not even all the accumulators I would need to have in there either. Oh, I think I am just failing at this and could spend another hour doing this, but I don't think I want to waste my viewers' time, so I think I will just go with the other design. Because I'm having trouble coming with any clever ways to really build this out correctly and quickly. Without it being super duper inefficient. Here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to give up on this one and go with the design, unfortunately. I usually like doing this, but I'm struggling with the current puzzle I set for myself. And I'm very confident I could, given enough time, I could easily come up with one. But for now, I don't want to take too much time doing this. We are going to just move on. Okay, where is that solar blueprint? Holy smokes. I don't have space to just stamp this right here. I think I do. Seems like a good spot. All right. So now the first thing we need to do, I guess, to get this rolling is to... Oh, this is powered like that. That lined up. We need to put some bots in here. Let's turn off my RoboPort so all my robots come back to me. Nice, that's such a cool sound. 47's fine. Oh, I trapped myself in here. There we go. I need to set robots on my logistics grid here. 50. Actually, I only ever want 50. Those are logistics bots. I'll take a few of these construction bots. Want this to be an even amount in this network. Oh, and then I can't get over to that. Where's Squeak Through when you need it? For anybody who doesn't, Squeak Through is a mod that allows you to basically fit between all of that stuff there. 1, 2, 3. Now there's 50 in this network. Wait, there's 49 in the network. Good thing I grabbed one extra. Okay, let's put the rest of our solar panels and accumulators in there. And we're gonna call that good. Maybe maybe later at some point I'll come up with my own little design. See how it can compare. But for now, that's the solar bot farm. We got her all set up, and power should be steadily climbing. Yes, it is, and we're getting an accumulator charge back up. So now that's going to, the accumulator charge backup is what I really wanted for, especially once lasers start shooting a lot, because they take way more power when they're actually firing. So thank you so much for joining me. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one, and take care.